We lived on a small ranch out in West Texas, and I would go fishing at our little stock pond there. And one summer I went fishing there almost every day. Every day that summer, I'd get my rod and reel and my tackle box, and I'd go out there and I'd throw lure after lure out there, and I'd catch fish all day long. And then I'd come home. And about midway through the summer, the fish stopped biting. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to have to make my own lure because they know all these lures. So I got some brightly colored feathers from my Indian guide days when I was a kid, and just a regular fish hook, and then some dental floss, and tied some of the feathers onto that fish hook, and made my own lure there. Made 2 of those. And I caught tons and tons of fish after that. So much so that one of the lures that I'd made was just ragged. It was just beat up. Just dental floss and a few scraggly feathers still hanging on. Close to the end of the summer, one of my brother-in-laws came up that weekend and said, let's go fishing. And I said, okay, great. So he said, well, I'm going to take a lawn chair and I'm just going to do it upright. I'm going to be in style. I'm going to sit beside the pond and just sit there and fish right at the edge of the pond. I said, okay, cool. We went out there and he set up his lawn chair and he's right there at the edge with his feet just right at the edge of the water, and he's fishing and I'm walking around throwing fishing lures in, and I look over at how he's doing fishing, and right between his feet a water moccasin snake. And I said, don't be alarmed, don't move, but there's a snake right between your feet. And, of course, what does somebody do? They see a snake between their feet. They're jumping backwards. The lawn chair is flying. He's barely able to keep standing. And so he's like, oh, crap, that was close. I said, yeah, it was right between your feet. It was a big water moccasin, too. It was one of the bigger ones I'd seen. I was like, man, I don't know that I would be sitting there if I were you. So he thought, well, I'll just move my lawn chair. So he moved his lawn chair to another spot. And I thought, okay, I'd rather be on my feet so that I could run if I needed to. Because those things will actually chase after people. They're not that afraid of people. They're pretty aggressive. Thankfully, after all, a commotion of him getting up and the lawn chair nearly falling into the pond, the snake swam off. So my brother-in-law, he set up at this new spot. And 10 minutes later, same damn snake right between his feet. And I'm like, John, look over there. Oh my gosh. And so he's jumping up and running backwards, and lawn chair goes flying again. So he's like, damn, that was close. I said, yeah, second time. He said, let's go back to the house and get the 22. I was like, that's a good idea. So we went back to the house, got his 22 rifle, and we came back. And we're fishing there. And I think he was standing at this point. I think he'd given up on the lawn chair. And lo and behold, once again, that snake comes right up to us. And so he goes and grabs the rifle and shoots at it a few times. He kind of hits it. The snake's wiggling all over the place, so he shoots it some more and a few times more, and then it's more on the land and on the shore now. And he shoots it a few more times. And finally it stops moving, so we're like, oh, whew. And we're standing there looking at the snake, and out of the bullet holes come little baby snakes. What we didn't know at the time is that venomous snakes do a live birth. They don't lay eggs like other snakes do. So it was trying to crawl up on shore to give birth. That's why it was so adamant to get up on shore. So we're like, oh, damn. And there were a lot of little snakes coming out of that thing. They were too small, and also it had crawled up onto a rock before it died. And it was all rocky all around there. So it was way too dangerous to be shooting a rifle at a rock at little tiny snakes. Little tiny snakes are way more poisonous than their parents are because their poison is fresh. So you don't want to be bit by them. So we ended up having to get a rock and crush each and every one of those little snakes. And there were 18 of those baby snakes. So by the end of that, we had killed 19 snakes in one day. And after it was all done and the sun was starting to set, I turned to my brother-in-law and said, do you really want to fish anymore? And he said, no, I'm kind of done. I don't think we even caught anything.